Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I talk books. Today we are talking homeschooling. Finally, we are at kindergarten and I'm finally getting to the curriculum that I want to give you guys after you make the decision. First, I wanted to make all those videos to help you decide, is it what you want to do? Do you want to homeschool? Especially this year, do you want to deal with all the regulations that are going to be happening in the schools? Do you have the ability to homeschool this year? Have you been homeschooling all along? Or you're starting kindergarten and you knew you were going to do homeschooling. There was never a question. Well, this is for you. Today we are talking English. We will always start every grade with English because math, as I've told you before, and I will say it again and again and again, Khan Academy, link is below. That is the only math course I use. It's free. It's perfect. You will never find a better one, and I've had to look hard. Trust me, it is the best one out there. So we are starting kindergarten English. In my prior video, I told you about how I schedule, and I schedule in 3 terms, not 4 semesters, 3 12-week terms. So I'm going to put up on your screen the books that I suggest for you for each term. Now we're talking kindergarten. This is not going to be complicated at all. We are getting used to it. We're getting you used to it. We're getting your child used to it. This is fun, but it's about your schedule and it's about making your life easier. That's what I'm here to do. We do want to start off with reading. I am all about the books. This is homeschooling with books. Every subject we will be reading books. These are geared towards English. So up on your screen, you don't have to look at me much at all because I'm going to be putting these books up. We're going to first term. We are always, every term, we are going to be reading the Random House Book of Poetry by Jack Prelutsky. This is the best book of poetry, and we are using poetry all year. This book is going to last you all year. See how many pages it is, divide it up by 3, try to get through a third of it for each term. That's what I used to do when I was trying to tackle a big book like that. I think it's perfect. Poetry is a great way to help your children read. Children love poems. I love this book. This is going to be in every term. The second book is called Chicken Little. This is an updated version of the fable by Rebecca Emberley. I loved this book. I was like, yes, this book is perfect. The updated version, the colors, the pages, the illustrations is absolutely perfect. You have 12 weeks. I want you to remember that. This is not, we have to read it today. You will have 12 weeks. You will go back to it. I'm not saying you have to do it every day, but you're going to go back and back. Even if you do it once a week, that's 12 times you're reading this book. And it's a really good idea. I have gotten so much from this book. At the end, I will tell you what more we're going to do with these books. Take your time. Read it as much as they want to read it. Don't stress if they don't feel like reading it because you're going to have plenty of opportunity with it. Number 3, we're going to be reading the I Can Read series. Start with level 1. It's kindergarten. You were doing a little bit of that pre-reading in preschool. Start with the first one. If you have not gotten these, start with level 1 and see how far they can go. These are the books that they can pick out for themselves. We're going to be doing it all year. Who knows what level they're going to get to by the end of this kindergarten year? That's the fun part. They get to pick it out, which they find very fun. You can have them pick it out on Amazon. Sometimes I do that with my grandchildren. If you can't get to a Barnes & Noble right away, Amazon's getting better too. I've been getting things like within 2 or 3 days and I'm very excited about it. It makes me see the light at the end of this tunnel when Amazon is working properly. We are on to the second term. We start with the poetry book. We are reading from that every single day. These poems are short. You can just get through them. You can reread them. They teach your children how to rhyme. And in rhyming, they're going to see the patterns of the words. This is all really geared towards their reading. Poetry is one of the best ways to teach them how to read. Then next we have Who Was Johnny Appleseed by Jean Holub. This book is perfect. We are going to be going through these over and over again. These books are amazing. I think I have almost every single one of them. At one time or another, I have bought them. I've even bought them for the older kids when I wanted to learn something about a specific person. I was like, let's just get this. It's so easy, quick. We can use it as a reference. Let's get it. Remember, you got 12 weeks. There's all kinds of activities you can do with this. It's a great book, and you're going to love it. And then number 3, we go back to the I Can Read series. I told you, just keep going as fast as they can, as slow as they can. It really doesn't matter. This is at their own speed. That's why I'm trying to keep this simple. And you're probably saying to yourself, this is not a lot of books. Right, because it's only English. We have other subjects. They are going to have enough books. Trust me, this covers English. The 3rd term, back to the poetry. Told you all year we're doing the poetry book. Do the last 1/3 of that book, The Hare and the Tortoise. And I'm putting up on your screen the updated one from Janet Stevens. Do you realize The Hare and the Tortoise came out in 1912? I looked that up on Wikipedia. I was like, wow. It was written by Arthur Rackham in 1912. That is insane. I did not know it was that. I mean, I knew it was an old story. I had no idea it was that old. And then we go back to the I Can Read series, see what they've done. I'm sure you are going to see so much progress by this time. Here's where I wanted to tell you, because I like to just get through the books, and then I will tell you what you can do with these books for them. As you're reading them, whatever part you get to that day, doesn't matter. 1 page, 10 pages, doesn't matter. A poem, half a poem, their I Can Read series, after every single one of them, ask them to tell you what it's about. Read a poem and then say, well, what was that about? What did you think? And then fill in the holes for them. I did that all the time. It is so important that they can retell the story. You have to understand, this is they're going to carry with them forever, for when they're taking tests, for who knows. They have to be able to retell the story. That comprehension is so important. Even if it's a 4-line poem, say, what did you think that was about? What did you get from that? What part did you like? What part did you like about that poem? What part did you like about that book? What was your favorite part about the tortoise and hare? Did you like the tortoise? Did you like the hare? Always ask the questions. Brilliant. Seriously, the more you can get out of them, the better. This is just teaching them in kindergarten to start doing this. Later, they're going to be writing reports on it. That is another thing you have to remember. I also wanted to tell you, I'm going to put up on your screen some workbooks for printing. You're going to have them do printing every day. I don't care how much they do. I don't care if they do 1. I don't care if they do a whole page. It doesn't matter. Just so they're writing every single day. There are so many workbooks. You don't have to, I'm going to scroll a couple of them in front of you, but you do not have to do one specific one. Do as many, do it all year. I don't care how many of them they get through. What's really important, and the one thing that I did not do in the beginning and I really regretted, was not dating the pages. Seems simple, right? Except for when you get to the end of the year and you don't know. You're like, when did they write this? And when was this book? Sometimes I would date the workbook, start, finish, or just at the top of the page, what date it was that they did that page, what date they started it, what day they finished it. If just make sure that there is a date on the page at the end of the year. Now, every state is different. So I don't even want to get into your rules and laws of your school district and whatever. Do this for you and do this for them. I would have a notebook at the end of the year of all their work. I love those notebooks. I still have them somewhere in a box. Up on your screen, I'm going to show you, this is what you're going to do. Get used to doing this, because even if you don't have to hand this into a teacher for kindergarten, do it for you and do it for them. It's like a scrapbook, and I love scrapbooking. So this was not hard for me to do. But what you're going to do is you're going to put up at the top the poetry book, the name of it, then Chicken Little, and then Who Was Johnny Appleseed, The Hare and the Tortoise, I Can Read book series, every single one of them that they read, and the date. Once you start doing it, it won't be that hard. It won't be. I'm a notebook person anyway. Just get a notebook for each child and just start, put the page, and as soon as they finish that book, write it down, date it, put it in there. And then all the other books, these aren't the only books they're going to be reading. These are the ones that I highly suggest and are part of my curriculum that they read in kindergarten. They're going to be given books for presents. They're going to pick out books at Barnes & Noble. They're going to be reading way more books than these, but keep track of them. One time, my one son, Ian, was such a reader. And I think one year I had like 4 notebook pages of books he read. But I'm so happy I did it. At the end of the year, you can look and you can be like, look what you did. look what you did this year. It's quite an accomplishment for them, and it gets them excited about it. And really, what are we trying to do is get them excited about school, not that, oh, school. You know how you usually hear kids say that? No, they will get excited about it because they're going to be a part of it. They're going to finish a book and be like, Mom, I finished this book. It's not saying they can't read it again. Put it in their library, put them in their bookshelf in their room. At least they can show you, say, I want to know what you've read, and then talk about it, make sure they understood it, ask questions, fill in what they didn't tell you, and consider it read. Now, I want to know what you think. You got any other books that you think for English, for kindergarten, that you think I should include? On my website, which is coming soon, a very detailed explanation of kindergarten and every grade. For boys, for girls, it's going to be very detailed. This is basics we're talking about. This is where we start. Please understand that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was so much fun to do, and this is just the beginning of the curriculum. If you have any questions, please ask me below. You can find me everywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Thank you for watching. Please hit like. Please let me know what you want. And I'm trying to think. I was going to tell you what subjects next, but I'm not sure. I have it all figured out, but I don't have it in front of me until my next video.